Hello everybody! Today I'm going to show you how to do this eye look thing here that has some golds and some pinks in it, which is really good for green eyes, blue eyes, brown eyes, all kinds of eyes. So if you want to learn how to do this eye look, I guess just keep watching. So the first thing you need to do is prime your eyes. I use the Urban Decay eyeshadow primer in Enigma because it has this really pretty pink color and it's matte, and if you're human like me and you have blood running through you, you probably have these veins that show up right here because our skin is very thin right here, and by putting this stuff on it really covers it and gives me like an even thing for my eyes. So I just apply. I typically swipe 3 times unless there's no product on it, and then I rub it around with my ring finger and I get all the way up to my eyebrow until everything is all blended out. So for this eye look, I am going to use the NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil in 625 Sparkle Nude because it's a really pretty sparkly, like pinky coppery champagne color, and I'm going to use this improperly and I'm going to draw it onto my eyelids to give a pretty base that's really nice and sparkly. And since it is an eyeliner and not an actual eyeshadow, you might get little clumps, so just dust those away with your finger. Okay, so now we're moving on to the Urban Decay Naked 2 palette, and I'm going to start with Booty Call, the light pink color, and I'm just going to pat that into the corner of my eye and blend it to the center. I'm not using a brush for this because I think that sometimes when you use eyeshadows, you don't get enough pigment when you put it on the brush, and so when I want something to be like super duper noticeable, I'll use my finger because it'll like grab more of the powder and it'll look stronger on my eyes. Next, I'm going to use this e.l.f. eyeshadow C brush, which is just like a normal eyeshadow brush, and I'm going to take Chopper and load that on, and then I'm just going to put it into the crease and drag it out a little bit onto my eyelid. So it looks like that. And Chopper has a lot of good pigment. That's why it's a really good option for if you don't want necessarily a darker eye, you can use Chopper in the creases instead of like a black or a purple. So next I'm using this Unique Cream Shadow Brush. It's just a thin brush to use Tease, which is right next to Chopper. And I'm gonna take Tease and put it in the crease a little bit, just to kind of dull Chopper down because Tease is more matte than Chopper. So it kind of brings it all together. So right now, really, I'm just kind of putting it all in its place, not really worrying about how bright it is or how blended it is because I do that all at the end. So next I'm going to take the same brush and I'm going to use a mixture of Tease and a little bit of Chopper. I'm going to take it underneath my eye right here and dust it and bring it up to match that. So next I'm going to use my finger again and I'm going to put Verve and just grab a bunch and dot it right in the center of my eye and not really worry about blending once again because I'm just kind of putting things where they are. Now I'm going to use the Urban Decay Naked 2 like brush that comes with it, and I'm going to use the more fluffy side to blend everything out. So most of the time when I'm blending, I try to go in circles and I go towards the inner corner of my eye, that way I'm not dragging product like all the way out here. So this is going to lighten up some of your colors and also just blend them out. So the next step is highlighting your eyes. I'm going to use this e.l.f. Under the Eye Highlighter and Concealer Duo and use the white side because it's always super bright. And I'm just going to put it up near my brow bone, like so. Dot some in the corners of my eyes, like so. And then pat it out with a blending sponge, which I forgot to bring over here. Okay, so now that you have your blending sponge, you're gonna take it and just dab it into the corner of your eye. You can also use your fingers for this, but I like these little mini blending blending sponges, beauty blenders, whatever, because they get into the small parts, like the creases between my eye. And this just lightens up the little corners of your eye and also brings your brow bones a little bit higher. So the next thing is eyeliner. Typically I use a liquid eyeliner, so I either use my Stila Stay All Day waterproof liquid eyeliner that draws a really thin line and I can get a wing pretty good with it, or I use my Unique Moodstruck Precision liquid eyeliner, which is the same exact thing, is also super thin, but is a little less black and tends to lean more on the gray side of things, more like a charcoal gray. I'll draw them on my hand so you can see the difference. But today I've decided to do something a little different so I can show you all what I do when I don't necessarily want to use liquid eyeliner, because liquid eyeliner is really good for a certain type of look, but it can sometimes be really striking and really noticeable, and sometimes you want something that's a little bit more subtle. So today I'm going to show you how I use powder, like normal eyeshadow, as an eyeliner. So I'm using my Soshina Kasanek brush that's just a really flat brush. As you can see, I also like use my fingers to make it even more flat so that it goes on really thin, and I just pat it into Blackout from the Naked palette and just coat the end with black, and then I just dab it really close to my lash line and I just kind of pat along. The thing that I like the most about powder is that if you mess up, like I have right here, one, it'll come off way easier than liquid eyeliner, and two, you can just cover it up with more eyeshadow and it really doesn't become an issue because you can also blend it out. Okay, so at this point you have a few options. You can leave it as is, which is just lining your lashes with the black. You can also blend it, which I recommend doing. So like the way I blend it is I just leave a little bit of product still left on it. Like I don't touch the thing again, but I use the leftover product to just kind of blend it out and make it a little bit more gray as it fades to my eyeshadow. This will also help concealing any of your imperfections when drawing your line, because it just blends it out and makes it one smooth line. The next thing you can do if you want to try something super simple is you can draw a wing. Typically when I wear wings, I wear my liquid eyeliner because I just think it's a cleaner wing. However, you can still recreate the same look using this same little brush right here. So it's really simple. All I do is I take the brush at an angle. I've coated it in the Blackout matte eyeshadow, and I just draw, I just like pat a little wing. And there you have it. It's really simple. I also feel like it's easier to imitate and make the other side just as equal, like the same, because all you have to do is realize the angle that you held the brush. And then they look the same. The only thing that's left to do is mascara. I have 3 mascaras that I like to use for different looks. The first one is this Clinique High Impact Mascara just in black, which does a really good job at a natural looking lash. So I use it either on my top for just natural looking lashes or on my bottom because it's not going to coat it and get it as dark, so my bottom lashes will be nice and like light. The next mascara I have is this Smashbox Full Exposure Mascara, which does a little bit heavy duty mascara, so it'll make your eyelashes longer and darker and thicker than they normally would be, but it's like not really too drastic. I use it most of the time on my upper lashes. I never use it on my bottom lashes actually, and I normally use it when I have darker like purples and blacks in my eyeshadow. And this last mascara I have is the Unique Moodstruck 3D Fiber Lashes Plus. It essentially has these little fibers that will grab onto your lashes and make them longer. So I'm going to start with my Smashbox mascara, and all I do is I grab it at the bottom and wiggle it up to the top. So that has an immediate difference. I'm gonna take my Clinique, which has this like smaller distance between the bristles, and just apply it to my lower lash line. Gently. As you can see, it doesn't really do as much as it does up here, so I think it's perfect for bottom lashes. And finally, just to show you the difference, like typically I would leave my eyes here if I were going out into public on like a normal day, but just to show you, like if it were more of a nighttime thing that I was wearing this, the Unique Fiber Lashes mascara will kind of clump your lashes together and make them longer. So once again, you just grab at the bottom and wiggle up. And already it's like significantly more than over here. So that's the difference. And there you have it. So this is what the finished eye looks like.